Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Opinions on the Fly. My next topic I'm going to discuss are superhero movies. Which ones are doing it right, which ones are doing it wrong. Now, the first one I'm going to discuss is Marvel Studios. They have done an amazing job. To think they just created a Marvel universe from scratch on a movie scale is impressive. They've created the universe from the beginning, added the continuity. Each movie is like a puzzle piece, one connected to the other, expanded the universe and expanded different heroes. This should be praised because the scope of this is almost rarely done. Most franchises don't go as long as they have, nor do they put as much work as what Marvel Studios has done. Now, I appreciate because it's just almost like it's almost astounding that they will do this many movies with very few hiccups. The only recast they've had to do was Ed Norton and get Mark Ruffalo in there. But other than that, most of the cast have been in the same movies and one after the other. So it's been very impressive. So I have to take my hats off to them. It's like, wow. I've been amazing. I've been amazed. Excuse me. I've been amazed. Both each movie, one gets better than the previous one. And they're standalones, like if there's Captain America, Iron Man, Ant-Man, Doctor Strange, you name it. They just done like a great job. They have those movies by themselves are their own franchises, but then they all interconnect. And now with the Captain Marvel movie coming out, they're just expanding into bigger and better things. So it's just been impressive. I mean, very seldom do franchises, manage to stay as long as, well, function as well as they have for over 10 years. That's why when they had Infinity War, it was actually very special because it took 10 years of those movies and it built up to Infinity War. And the payoff was just great. It just made it so spectacular. Attention detail has really like caught my attention. Very few things in my life actually impressed me, but Marvel Studios has done a great job. Now on the flip side, you have Warner Brothers. Now they're trying, but the problem is they're not, in my opinion, taking it serious enough. You have to go all in. Now with the news of Henry Cavill and Ben Affleck no longer reprising their roles, that's kind of a big deal. I mean, we're talking Superman and Batman. So, with no plans in the near future to recast Superman, which is insane, I don't know why that's even like not even a discussion. I mean, there are plans, as far as I've read, they're gonna go with a Supergirl movie, which is a big mistake. You can do a Supergirl movie, but it can't be paramount to a Superman movie. You need Superman. He is the focus point of the DC universe. He's their Captain America. So either you keep Henry Cavill, if you don't keep him, then simply recast him immediately, somebody else, make another Superman movie and keep the show going so that Justice League 2 can keep going. Because right now you can't have a Justice League movie with no Batman and Superman, and you simply can't just throw two guys and say they're Batman and Superman. It's not going to work. I mean, granted, they did that with Ben Affleck, but Ben Affleck still had a launching point with Dawn of Justice. Okay, so he had something. But now with Justice League 2, they gotta do something right away. They can't wait on it, and so you need to have Superman. So doing a Supergirl movie instead of Superman, big mistake. You can have both, but you can't say Supergirl is gonna be more important because now you're losing steam. Now Justice League is gonna be up in the air, and you can't do that nowadays. So I'm not sure what angle Warner Brothers is doing, but to me, this is the problem that I feel Star Wars has. They don't care. It's like, look, it's a money maker. They'll put some guy in a funny costume. People are gonna watch you, make some money, whatever. You know, that's why there's a difference between the DC Universe movies and the Marvel ones. The Marvel ones are taking it serious. Yes, it's just a movie, but if you care about the material, you put out a piece of artwork that's gonna last for the ages, and that's a big difference. It's fun, it's creative, and you can tell that they really care. I mean, really do care what the fans think, which is why the movies are so good. So I am, really just impressed. But Warner Brothers, with the whole thing with Henry Cavill and Ben Affleck, that's just bad. I mean, right now you need to do whatever you do to keep them, but at least have a Batman and Superman in there. But how can you have a DC Universe property going without your two biggest heroes there, world's finest? Why wouldn't you keep them? But again, this is what it comes down to. It's all about the dollar, and whatever the least amount of work that they put in to get the money, that's what they'll do. I mean, we still got Wonder Woman, but again, Wonder Woman won't be enough to carry the DC Universe franchise. If they don't make some changes soon, the whole thing's going to fall apart. So that's the difference between DC and Marvel. Marvel cares. Marvel Studios cares. Warner Brothers, not so much. So, it's a shame really, because they're really onto something. But again, with something like this, you just have to go full bore and never look back. So hopefully things will change. But right now, it's not looking too good for DC. But with Marvel, looks like they have another 10 more years of great movie making. So good luck to them, and good luck to the rest of you. Take care.